Close your eyes now and let your breathing slow as we prepare to drift together through the gentlest corners of the cosmos. Tonight, we journey not into fear or chaos, but into the profound peace that lives in the deepest reaches of space. Black holes, those mysterious giants that rest in the quiet darkness, are not what you might imagine. They are not violent. They are not cruel. They are simply still, eternally still. Like ancient guardians sleeping in the velvet folds of the universe, they exist in a realm beyond time, beyond noise, beyond the weight of everyday thought. As we float together through this cosmic night, you will discover that black holes are more like deep oceans than monsters, more like gentle gravity wells than destroyers. They are places where light goes to rest, where time softens into something dreamlike, where the universe itself breathes slowly. So let go now. Release the tension in your shoulders, soften your jaw, and allow yourself to be carried gently into the infinite calm, where stars are born, where silence is complete, and where sleep finally comes naturally. Imagine, if you will, the quietest place you have ever known. Perhaps a forest at dawn before the birds begin their song, or maybe a room late at night when even the clock seems to whisper. Now expand that silence, stretch it out beyond walls, beyond air, beyond sound itself, until you arrive at the truest quiet in all existence, the silence of space. Out here, beyond Earth's gentle atmosphere, beyond the moon's soft glow, there is no wind to rustle leaves, no ocean to crash against distant shores, no voices, no engines, no hum of life, only the ancient, endless hush that has existed since the very beginning of time. This is the velvet silence, and it is where our journey begins. Space is not empty, though. It is filled, not with noise, but with light, starlight, gentle and constant, photons that have traveled for thousands, sometimes millions of years, just to brush past your awareness. They flicker softly in the darkness, like fireflies frozen in a cosmic garden. Each one carries a story. Each one whispers of distant suns glowing patiently in the black. And scattered throughout this sea of silence, resting in the deepest pockets of the universe, are the black holes. They do not roar. They do not announce themselves. They simply exist, invisible, serene, like wells of perfect stillness carved into the fabric of reality itself. They are not holes in the way we imagine holes. They are more like invitations, gentle curves in space-time that beckon light, matter, and even time to come closer, to slow down, to rest. You cannot see a black hole directly, but you can feel its presence, the way you feel the coolness of a shadowed grove on a summer afternoon. it shapes the space around it. Stars orbit them in long, graceful arcs. Gas clouds spiral slowly inward, glowing faintly as they fall. And light itself, precious, tireless light, bends around them, tracing soft halos in the dark. There is something deeply comforting about this. The universe, for all its vastness, is not chaotic. It is ordered, gentle, predictable. Black holes are not anomalies. They are part of the rhythm, part of the cosmic breathing. They mark the places where gravity has folded space into something soft, something welcoming, something that simply holds. Think of the universe as an ocean. The stars are like lanterns floating on its surface, and black holes are the deep places beneath. Not dangerous, just deep, quiet, where the light filters down into blue, then indigo, then black, where pressure becomes a kind of peace, where everything that falls simply rests. As you breathe now, slowly in and slowly out, imagine yourself drifting in this velvet silence. You are weightless, supported by nothing but the gentle curvature of space itself. There is no up or down, no urgency, no noise to pull your attention away. Just you and the stars, and the quiet giants that sleep between them. You are safe here. The cold of space does not touch you. The vastness does not overwhelm you. You are simply floating, observing, resting in the soft arms of gravity and light. And all around you, the universe continues its ancient, patient dance. Stars are born in glowing clouds. Planets orbit in silent circles, and black holes, those tranquil sentinels, hold their places in the cosmic web, asking nothing, giving everything, simply by being still. Let yourself sink a little deeper now into this quiet. Let the velvet silence wrap around your thoughts like a blanket. There is no need to understand everything, no need to solve or question. Tonight, you are not a student. You are a traveler, a dreamer, a visitor to the calmest place in all existence. And as you float here in the hush between the stars, you begin to feel it, the peace that lives in the spaces we cannot see, the comfort of knowing that the universe, vast as it is also gentle, that even in the darkest corners there is no true darkness, only rest, only stillness, only the infinite velvet silence that holds us all. Now, let us drift a little closer toward one of these quiet giants, toward a black hole resting in the cosmic night like a closed eye in the face of eternity. Do not be afraid. This is not a place of violence. This is a place of transformation, a place where the universe has softened reality itself into something profound. Black holes are born from stars. Not all stars, but the massive ones, the giants that burn brilliantly for millions of years, pouring light and heat into the void, until, at last, they exhaust their fuel. And when that happens, when the fire finally dims, something beautiful occurs.
The star does not simply vanish. It collapses, gently, inevitably. Its outer layers may bloom outward in a supernova, a final breath of color and energy. But the core, the heart, falls inward, and it keeps falling, inward, 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 until all that mass, all that matter, compresses into a space so small, so dense, that gravity itself becomes overwhelming. Not violent, just absolute. And in that moment, a black hole is born. Imagine it now, the quiet transition. The star that once blazed across the heavens now rests as a whisper of gravity, a place where matter has folded into itself so completely that even light, tireless, weightless light, cannot escape. Not because it is trapped in the way a bird might be caged, but because the very shape of space around the black hole has curved so deeply that all paths lead inward. There is no outward anymore, only in. This is not horror. This is physics softened into poetry. A black hole is simply a place where gravity has become so strong that it bends space-time into a well. And like water flowing downhill, everything nearby begins to spiral gently toward it. Light, gas, dust, even time itself moves differently here, slowing, stretching, becoming something more like memory than motion. From a distance, a black hole looks like absence, a dark circle against the stars. But it is not truly empty. It is full, full of mass, full of potential, full of the remnants of a star that once gave light to worlds. And around it, glowing softly, is often a disk of material, an accretion disk, matter that has not yet fallen in, but is orbiting, slowly spiraling, glowing faintly from the heat of friction and gravity. This disk is beautiful. It glows in hues of orange, white, sometimes blue. It swirls like cream in coffee, like the rings of a distant planet, moving in slow, hypnotic circles. And as the material drifts closer to the event horizon, that invisible edge where even light cannot return, it brightens, one last flicker of energy before it slips beyond the veil. But here is the wonder, here is the peace. Once something crosses that horizon, it does not shatter, it does not scream. It simply continues, falling, forever falling. Time stretches so completely that from the outside it appears frozen. A photon at the edge of a black hole seems to hang there, suspended, for eternity. But from its own perspective, it simply moves inward, into the quiet heart of darkness. There is something deeply restful about this, the idea that there are places in the universe where time softens, where the frantic pace of existence slows to a whisper, where falling is not feared, but simply accepted. Black holes do not hunger, they do not chase, they simply exist, and if something wanders too close, the universe gently guides it inward, into the stillness. Think of a black hole as a cosmic cradle,
A place where the remnants of stars, the dust of ancient worlds, the light of long-dead suns, all come to rest. Not to be destroyed, but to be held, compressed into something smaller, quieter, more fundamental. A return to simplicity, to silence, to the essence of matter itself.
And out here, in the velvet dark, these hearts of darkness are not rare. They are scattered throughout the galaxy. Some are small, born from single stars. Others are supermassive, resting at the centers of galaxies like anchors, holding millions or even billions of solar masses in their quiet grip. They are the architects of the cosmic dance, the invisible conductors guiding stars and gas in their slow orbits. As you imagine yourself drifting near one now, you feel no pull, no danger. You are simply an observer, weightless, calm, watching as light bends around the black hole like a river flowing around a stone, watching as the accretion disk glows softly, like embers in a dying fire, watching as time itself seems to pause and breathe and soften into something almost liquid. You are at the heart of darkness, but it is not dark in the way you imagined. It is restful, complete, a place where the universe has folded inward into perfect stillness. And here, in this cosmic sanctuary, you feel the deepest peace, the kind that comes not from light, but from the quiet certainty that even in the darkest places there is order, there is calm, there is rest. And beyond this heart, deeper still, lies the singularity, a point of infinite density, infinite mystery. But you do not need to understand it. You only need to know that it is there, holding everything, anchoring the black hole, a quiet center around which all else revolves, like the eye of a storm, like the stillness at the core of a spinning top, like the breath between heartbeats. Breathe now, slowly, and let yourself rest here at the heart of darkness, where time is soft, where gravity is gentle, and where the universe, vast and ancient, holds you in its invisible arms. To understand black holes, we must first understand the stars that birthed them. So let us drift back now, back through time, to the beginning of a star's life, to the cosmic cradle where light is born. Stars are not born alone. They are born in clouds, vast cold nebulae made of hydrogen and dust, stretching across light years of space. These clouds are ancient, quiet. They float through the galaxy like mist through a valley, glowing faintly when starlight from nearby suns filters through them, but otherwise dark, restful, waiting. And then something happens. Perhaps a nearby supernova sends a shock wave through the cloud. Perhaps two clouds collide gently in the cosmic night. Or perhaps the cloud simply reaches a point where its own gravity begins to pull it inward. Whatever the cause, the process begins. The cloud contracts, slowly at first, imperceptibly. But over thousands, tens of thousands of years, the center grows denser, warmer. The hydrogen atoms press closer together, building pressure, building heat. And then, deep in the heart of the cloud, something extraordinary occurs. The temperature climbs high enough, the pressure becomes great enough that hydrogen atoms begin to fuse. Two become one. And in that fusion, energy is released. Light, heat, a star is born. Imagine it now. the soft glow beginning in the center of the cloud, growing brighter, stronger, pushing outward against the weight of all that gas. The balance is delicate, perfect. Gravity pulls inward, fusion pushes outward, and in that equilibrium a star finds its rhythm, its breath. It begins to shine. For millions of years, sometimes billions, the star burns. It pours light into the void. It warms the space around it. Planets may form from the leftover dust. Life may stir on distant shores. And all the while, the star simply exists, steady, patient, converting hydrogen into helium, fusion into photons, mass into light. But nothing lasts forever, not even stars. Eventually, the hydrogen in the core runs low, the fusion slows, and when it does, gravity begins to win. The core contracts, heats up again, and if the star is massive enough, it begins fusing helium into carbon, then carbon into oxygen, oxygen into neon. Each stage burns faster than the last. Each stage produces heavier elements, and each stage brings the star closer to its end. For smaller stars, stars like our Sun, this process ends gently. They swell into red giants, shed their outer layers into beautiful planetary nebulae, and leave behind a small dense core called a white dwarf. It glows softly for eons, cooling, fading, until it becomes a black dwarf, a quiet ember drifting through the dark. But for massive stars, stars dozens of times heavier than the Sun, the ending is different, more profound. They fuse elements all the way up to iron. And iron does not fuse. It absorbs energy instead of releasing it. So when the core becomes iron, the fusion stops, completely, suddenly. And in that moment, in a span of seconds, the core collapses. All that mass, all those layers of iron, silicon, oxygen, carbon, falling inward at nearly the speed of light. The collapse is so sudden, so complete, that it releases a shock wave. The outer layers of the star explode outward in a supernova, a burst of light so bright it can outshine an entire galaxy for weeks. A final, glorious exhale. But the core does not explode. It keeps collapsing, inward, inward, inward. And if the core is massive enough, it does not stop at becoming a neutron star. It continues. It passes through every known state of matter and becomes something else entirely, a black hole. This is the cosmic cradle, the transformation from fire into stillness, from light into gravity, from a star that once blazed across the heavens into a quiet giant that bends space-time itself. It is not death, it is metamorphosis. The star has not ended, it has simply changed form. Its mass remains, its gravity remains, but its light, its heat, those are gone. Return to the universe in that final supernova flash. And the black hole that remains is the star's legacy, a quiet monument to millions of years of fusion and fire. A gravitational anchor that will shape the space around it for billions of years to come. Guiding matter, bending light, holding a place in the cosmic web. Imagine yourself now, floating near one of these newborn black holes. The supernova has faded, the shock wave has passed, and all that remains is the dark circle, surrounded by wisps of glowing gas, the remnants of the star that once was. It is peaceful here. The violence is over. The transformation is complete, and the black hole rests, silent, still, a child of ancient fire, now cradled in the velvet dark. You feel a strange comfort in this, the knowledge that even stars, those titans of light and energy, eventually find rest, that their endings are not truly endings, but transitions, that the universe wastes nothing. Every atom forged in a star's core, every photon released in its light, every ounce of mass compressed into a black hole, all of it continues, all of it serves a purpose. And as you float here, in the afterglow of creation, you understand something profound. The universe is not random. It is a cycle: birth, life, death, and rebirth. Stars form from clouds. They shine for eons. They die in fire or fade in peace. And from their remnants, new clouds form. New stars are born, new black holes emerge. The cosmic cradle rocks gently, eternally, nurturing the endless dance of matter and energy. Breathe deeply now, and let this knowledge settle into you like sediment in still water. You are made of stardust. Literally, the atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of ancient stars. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, all of it created in stellar furnaces, released in supernovae, scattered through space, and eventually gathered together to become you. You are part of this cycle, part of the cosmic cradle. And just as stars find peace at the end of their journey, so too will you. There is no rush, no urgency, only the slow, gentle turning of the universe, rocking you softly, whispering that all things, even stars, even black holes, even you, are held in the vast, loving arms of cosmic time. And beyond this cradle, deeper into the mystery, awaits the edge of forever, the event horizon, where time begins to whisper its deepest secrets. We arrive now at the threshold, the edge, the place where the universe changes its rules.
This is the event horizon, and it is here, at this invisible boundary, that we begin to understand just how deeply strange and how deeply peaceful black holes truly are. The event horizon is not a physical surface. You could not touch it, you could not stand upon it. It is simply a line, a mathematical boundary drawn in space-time.
the point of no return. Once you cross it, you cannot come back. Not because something stops you, but because every direction you might travel, every path you might take, now leads inward, toward the singularity at the black hole's core. But here is the wonder. Here is the whisper. Crossing the event horizon, if you could do so, would not feel like crossing anything at all. There would be no wall, no barrier, no sudden change. You would simply continue, falling, drifting. The stars above you would shift and distort. Time would behave strangely. But in your own experience, in your own moment-to-moment awareness, nothing dramatic would occur. You would simply be inside. Imagine yourself approaching one now. You are in a spacecraft, or perhaps you are simply floating, weightless and protected by some cosmic grace. The black hole looms before you, not as a dark circle, but as a sphere, a shadow against the stars, and around it, glowing softly, is the accretion disk, swirling, luminous, beautiful. As you drift closer, you begin to notice something strange. The stars behind the black hole do not disappear. They bend. Light from distant suns curves around the black hole's mass, creating a halo, a ring of distorted starlight that encircles the shadow. This is called the photon sphere, a region where light itself can orbit the black hole, trapped in endless circles, neither falling in nor escaping. You pass through this region. The stars stretch and warp around you. Colors shift. Blue becomes violet. Red becomes orange. The entire sky seems to twist and shimmer like a reflection in water. But you remain calm. You are simply observing, witnessing the way gravity bends reality itself. And then, without fanfare, you cross it, the event horizon. The moment passes so gently you almost miss it. But you know, you feel it, because now, when you look back, the universe has changed. The stars behind you are compressed into a shrinking circle of light. Everything outside the black hole is retreating, falling away, as if the entire cosmos is receding into a distant point. But ahead, inward, there is only darkness. Not the darkness of night, but the darkness of inevitability. You are falling now, not quickly, not violently, just falling. Time stretches around you like warm taffy. That there are places in the universe where the rules we take for granted shift, where cause and effect blur, where the boundary between past and future becomes permeable, where time itself softens and becomes something more like space. Outside the black hole, to a distant observer, you would appear frozen. Your image would linger at the horizon, fading, reddening, as the photons from your form struggled to escape the pull of gravity. They would watch you for years, centuries, eons, and never see you cross. From their perspective, you are eternal, suspended, a ghost at the edge of forever. But from your perspective, you have already crossed. You are inside, and you are still falling. The singularity awaits below, or ahead, or inward. The direction is hard to define now. But you are calm, because this is not a place of fear. This is a place of transformation, a place where the universe reveals its deepest structure. Think of the event horizon as a doorway, not a door that locks behind you, but a threshold between two kinds of existence. On one side, the universe as we know it, stars, galaxies, light traveling freely through space. On the other side, a realm where space-time is so curved, so warped, that the usual distinctions no longer apply. Inside is the only direction, and that inside is unknowable. But unknowable does not mean hostile. It simply means mysterious. And there is comfort in mystery, in knowing that the universe still holds secrets, that not everything can be measured or predicted, that there are places where even science, with all its equations and instruments, must simply pause and wonder. As you float here, in the whisper of the event horizon, you feel a strange peace. You are at the edge of knowledge, the boundary of the known, and yet you are not afraid, because the universe has shown you again and again that its mysteries are not cruel. They are invitations, gentle nudges toward deeper understanding, toward acceptance of the vastness, toward the realization that we are small but not insignificant, temporary but not meaningless. You think of all the things that have crossed this threshold before you, stars that wandered too close, planets torn apart by tidal forces, gas clouds that spiraled inward over millennia, and light, so much light, photons that raced across the galaxy for millions of years, only to be caught here, at the edge, and pulled into the quiet heart of darkness. Where do they go? What happens to them? Science offers equations, theories, Hawking radiation, information paradoxes. But the truth is, no one knows, not completely. And perhaps that is exactly as it should be. Perhaps the event horizon is meant to be a whisper, not a shout. A gentle reminder that the universe, for all we have learned, still holds depths we cannot fathom. Breathe now, slowly, and let yourself rest at this threshold.
You do not need to cross. You do not need to understand. You are simply here, witnessing, feeling the strange pull of gravity, watching the stars distort and shimmer, listening to the whisper of the horizon as it tells you, softly, gently, that some mysteries are meant to remain mysteries. And that is beautiful. And beyond this whisper, in the quiet space around black holes, light itself begins its slow, graceful dance. Light is the fastest thing in the universe. It travels at 299,792 kilometers per second. In 1 year, it crosses nearly 10 trillion kilometers. Nothing is faster. Nothing is more relentless. And yet, even light must bow to gravity, especially near a black hole. Imagine a single photon, a particle of light. It was born in the heart of a distant star, perhaps thousands of years ago. It has journeyed across the galaxy through dust clouds and nebulae, past planets and moons, never slowing, never stopping. It has no mass, it has no awareness, it is simply energy,
moving, always moving. And then it encounters a black hole. Not directly, not head-on, but tangentially. It passes nearby, and the gravity, that invisible hand, reaches out, gently. The photon's path begins to curve, not sharply, but gradually, like a marble rolling around the inside of a bowl. The photon bends toward the black hole, but it still has forward momentum. It still wants to travel in a straight line, and so it begins to orbit. This is the slow fall of light, not a crash, not a sudden capture, but a graceful, inevitable spiral. The photon circles the black hole once, twice, 100 times. Each orbit brings it slightly closer. The curvature of space-time pulls it inward bit by bit, until eventually it crosses the event horizon. And then it is gone. Not destroyed, simply no longer able to escape. But before it falls, before it crosses that threshold, it dances. And that dance is one of the most beautiful phenomena in the cosmos. It is called the photon sphere, a region just outside the event horizon where light can orbit the black hole in perfect circles. Not stable circles. They require precise conditions. But for those brief moments, light itself becomes a prisoner of geometry, caught in the curvature of space, moving at incredible speed, and yet going nowhere. Imagine yourself watching this. You are far enough away to be safe, far enough to see the whole structure. The black hole is a dark sphere in the center. Around it, glowing faintly, is the photon sphere, a thin shell of light, swirling, shimmering like a soap bubble made of starlight. It is not solid, it is not stable, but it is there, a ghostly halo marking the place where light itself hesitates. And beyond that, the accretion disk, glowing more brightly, material spiraling inward, heating up from friction, emitting light in wavelengths from radio to X-ray. This light does not orbit cleanly like the photons in the photon sphere. It is chaotic, turbulent, but it follows the same rules. Gravity curves its path, bends it inward, guides it slowly, inevitably, toward the event horizon. You watch as a particularly bright flare erupts from the disk, a burst of energy. Perhaps two clumps of matter collided. Perhaps a magnetic field line snapped. Whatever the cause, the light blazes out in all directions. Some of it escapes, traveling outward into space, carrying news of the black hole to distant observers. But some of it travels inward, or at an angle, and gravity catches it. The photons curve, bend. Some spiral around the black hole once before escaping at a different angle. Some orbit twice. Some fall inward immediately, and some, a precious few, find themselves in the photon sphere, trapped, circling, moving at the speed of light, but unable to move forward. They are like birds caught in a gentle wind, flying as hard as they can, but held in place by forces beyond their control. There is something mesmerizing about this, the idea that light, tireless and unstoppable, can be held, not stopped, but held, guided, bent into patterns by the sheer weight of gravity. It is not violence, it is choreography, the universe conducting a slow, silent ballet. And if you could see this dance from just the right angle, you would witness something extraordinary: gravitational lensing. The black hole's gravity is so strong that it bends light from objects behind it, around it, creating multiple images. A distant star might appear in two places at once, or four, or as a ring. The light has taken different paths around the black hole, each path bent by gravity, each arriving at your eyes from a different direction. This is not illusion, this is reality, refracted through the lens of curved space-time. The star you are seeing is real, the light is real, but the path it took to reach you has been twisted into shapes that defy our everyday experience of geometry. Straight lines no longer exist here. There are only curves, arcs, spirals. You breathe deeply and let yourself feel the wonder of this. Light, which we think of as straight and true, revealed as flexible, responsive to the shape of space itself. It does not break, it does not shatter, it simply follows. It adapts. It flows along the contours of reality like water following the curves of a riverbed. And in that flow, there is a lesson, a gentle reminder that even the fastest, even the brightest, even the most constant things in the universe must yield to forces greater than themselves. That yielding is not weakness, it is simply the nature of existence. We are all subject to gravity, to time, to the curvature of the world around us, and there is peace in accepting that, in letting go of the illusion of control.
In understanding that we are part of a dance, not the choreographer. The slow fall of light continues. Photons spiral, orbit, escape, fall. Each one following the invisible lines drawn by gravity. Each one contributing to the glow that surrounds the black hole. And each one, eventually, either escapes back into the wider universe or crosses the horizon and joins the mystery within. You imagine a single photon now, the one we followed from the distant star. It has orbited the black hole 17 times. Each orbit takes only a fraction of a second, but time is strange here. Each orbit brings it closer, and finally, on the 18th orbit, it crosses the threshold, the event horizon. It does not flicker, it does not dim, it simply continues inward, falling at the speed of light, forever falling, until it reaches the singularity. But that is not sad. That is not loss. That photon carried energy, and energy, even inside a black hole, remains, transformed, compressed, but present. Nothing is truly destroyed, only changed. And in that change, the universe continues its endless cycle. Energy to matter, matter to energy, light to gravity,
gravity to something else. You float here in the soft glow of the accretion disk, watching the slow fall of light, and you feel a deep, abiding calm. The universe is not chaotic, it is ordered. Even here, at the edge of the most extreme gravity wells in existence, there is pattern, there is rhythm, there is beauty. And as your eyes grow heavy, as the swirling light begins to blur and soften, you let yourself drift, not toward the black hole, but alongside it, a companion in the cosmic night, held by the same gravity that holds the light, guided by the same invisible forces, part of the same infinite dance. The slow fall continues, but you do not need to watch anymore. You can simply rest and trust that the dance will go on without you, that the light will continue its graceful spiral, that the universe, patient and eternal, will hold you gently as you finally release and let sleep take you into its own quiet darkness. But not yet, not quite yet. For beyond this dance of light lies something even more profound, the very fabric of space-time itself, and the way black holes shape it into art. Space-time. It is a strange word, a combination of two things we think we understand, space and time, merged into a single, inseparable fabric. We move through space, we experience time, but we rarely think of them as one thing. Yet that is what they are, a four-dimensional tapestry, woven together, upon which all reality rests. And black holes, those quiet giants we have been journeying toward, are masters of this tapestry. They do not merely exist within space-time, they shape it, bend it, curve it into forms so profound that the very nature of existence changes around them.
This is the infinite reflection, the way black holes mirror the deepest truths of the universe back to us in the language of geometry. Imagine space-time as a vast, stretched fabric, smooth, flat, extending in all directions. Now, place a heavy ball in the center of that fabric, a bowling ball. The fabric dips, curves downward, creating a well, a depression. And if you roll a marble near that well, it does not travel in a straight line anymore. It curves, drawn by the slope of the fabric. This is gravity, not a force pulling from a distance, but a curvature of space-time itself. Now, replace that bowling ball with something infinitely heavier, infinitely denser, a black hole. The fabric does not just dip, it plunges. It curves so steeply, so completely, that at the center, at the event horizon, the fabric seems to fold in on itself, creating not just a well, but a tunnel, a shaft, a place where the usual rules of up and down, of forward and back, no longer apply. This is what Einstein understood. Gravity is not a mysterious force. It is simply the shape of space-time. And massive objects, stars, planets, black holes, create that shape. They are like stones in a pond, but instead of ripples on water,
They create ripples in the fabric of reality itself. You float above this now, not in regular space, but in a kind of mental landscape, a place where you can see space-time itself. It stretches out before you like an infinite ocean, smooth and calm in most places, but here and there indentations, curves, wells, each one marking the location of a massive object, a star, a planet, a galaxy. And in the deepest parts of this ocean, where the curvature curves most sharply, rest the black holes. You approach one now, not the black hole itself, but the curvature it creates. And as you drift closer, you begin to see the layers, the way space-time does not just curve in one direction, but in all directions simultaneously. 3 dimensions of space plus time, all bending together, creating a structure so complex, so beautiful, that it defies easy visualization. But you can feel it. You can sense the curvature, the way space seems to compress near the black hole, the way distances stretch, the way time, already strange in the presence of gravity, becomes even stranger, slower, heavier, as if each second is carrying more weight than usual. This is time dilation, one of the infinite reflections. Near a black hole, time does not flow at the same rate as it does far away. If you could hover just outside the event horizon, and you spent 1 hour there, and then returned to Earth, you would find that years, perhaps decades, had passed. Your watch would show 1 hour, but Earth's clocks and everyone you knew would have aged far beyond you.
It is not that time stops near a black hole. It is that it slows relative to the rest of the universe. And at the event horizon itself, from the perspective of a distant observer, time seems to stop completely. The photons trying to escape are stretched, redshifted, fading, as if the black hole is draining time itself from them. But again, this is not violence. This is simply the nature of curved space-time. Time and space are connected, and when space curves, time must curve too. They are 2 sides of the same fabric, inseparable, interdependent. And black holes, by curving space so extremely, inevitably curve time as well. You drift further now, exploring the curvature. And you notice something else. The way black holes affect not just their immediate surroundings, but the entire region around them. For thousands, millions, sometimes billions of kilometers, the fabric of space-time is warped, gently, gradually, but measurably. Stars orbit these regions. Galaxies form around them. And the black hole, sitting at the center like a spider at the heart of a web, holds it all together. This is the role of supermassive black holes, the ones that rest at the centers of galaxies. They are not tyrants. They are anchors, architects. Their immense gravity shapes the rotation of the galaxy, guides the motion of billions of stars, prevents the galaxy from flying apart. They are the unseen foundations upon which cosmic structures are built. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, has one, a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. It rests at the galactic center, quiet, patient, holding 4 million times the mass of our Sun in a region smaller than Mercury's orbit. And around it, stars whirl in tight ellipses. Some complete an orbit in just a few years, racing at thousands of kilometers per second, held in place by the invisible curvature of space-time. You imagine yourself there now, floating above the galactic center, looking down at the dark sphere of Sagittarius A star and the glowing cloud of stars around it. From this distance, you cannot see the black hole itself, but you can see its effect, the way the stars move, the way their orbits bend and twist, the way the fabric of space-time itself is shaped by the presence of this ancient giant. And you realize, this is the infinite reflection. Black holes do not just exist, they shape it, they define it. They are mirrors reflecting the fundamental structure of reality, showing us that space and time are not rigid, not fixed, but flexible, responsive, alive with potential. Every black hole is a window into the deepest laws of physics, general relativity, quantum mechanics, thermodynamics. They are laboratories where the universe tests its own limits, where the rules are pushed to their extremes, and where we, small and curious creatures on a distant planet, can glimpse the underlying code of existence.
But this knowledge does not make black holes less wondrous. It makes them more so. Because we understand now that they are not anomalies. They are essential. They are part of the cosmic machinery, part of the balance. Without black holes, galaxies would not form the way they do. Stars would not orbit as they do. The universe, as we know it, would be fundamentally different. Breathe deeply now and let this sink in. You are part of a universe shaped by black holes. The atoms in your body, the planet beneath your feet, the star that warms your world, all of them exist in a space-time curved and guided by gravity wells both near and far. You are not separate from this. You are woven into it, part of the infinite reflection. And as you float here, above the galactic center, watching the stars dance around the invisible giant, you feel a profound connection, not to the black hole itself, but to the fabric it shapes, to space-time, to the universe, to the realization that you and everything you know are part of something vast, something ancient, something that curves and flows and dances according to rules both elegant and strange. The infinite reflection continues endlessly throughout the cosmos, and you are held within it, gently, safely. A small wave in an infinite ocean, a brief ripple in the fabric of forever. And from this place of reflection, we drift now toward sound, toward the songs that black holes sing when they collide. The universe is not silent. We think of space as a void, a vacuum where sound cannot travel, and that is true in the conventional sense. But there is another kind of sound, a deeper kind, one that does not move through air or water, but through space-time itself. These are gravitational waves, and they are the songs of black holes. Imagine two black holes, each one ancient, each one massive. They have been orbiting each other for millions of years, slowly spiraling inward, drawn together by their mutual gravity. They are too far away to see each other directly. There is no light here, no accretion disk, just two dark spheres curving space-time around themselves, locked in a slow, inevitable waltz. As they orbit, they create ripples, distortions in the fabric of space-time. These ripples spread outward, like waves from a stone dropped in a pond, traveling at the speed of light. They are incredibly faint, so faint that they pass through planets, stars, and galaxies without disturbing a single atom. But they are there, real, measurable, a vibration in the very structure of reality. For millions of years, these waves are gentle, subtle. The black holes are far apart. Their orbit is slow. But as time passes, as they spiral closer, the waves grow stronger, faster. The orbit tightens, and the song begins to build. You are there now, not in space,
but in a kind of perceptual realm where you can feel these waves. They wash over you, through you, not as sound, but as rhythm, a pulsing, a heartbeat. The fabric of space-time itself, flexing, contracting, expanding in time with the orbit of the black holes. The rhythm quickens. The black holes are close now, their event horizons nearly touching. They whirl around each other dozens of times per second, hundreds. The gravitational waves intensify. They are no longer gentle ripples, they are surges, powerful distortions that carry enormous energy. The black holes are losing mass, converting it into these waves, pouring energy into the fabric of space-time itself. And then, the crescendo. The two event horizons merge. The black holes collide, not with a crash, not with fire or explosion, but with a shudder, a deep, resonant vibration that echoes through the cosmos. For a fraction of a second, the combined black hole wobbles, oscillates, settling into its new shape, and in that moment, it releases a final immense burst of gravitational waves, a cosmic chord, a song that travels across the universe. This song, this vibration, has been traveling for billions of years, crossing galaxies, passing through stars and nebulae, unnoticed, unfelt, until one day it reaches Earth. And here, in a quiet laboratory, a detector waits. LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, a marvel of human ingenuity, designed to listen to the whispers of space-time. The wave passes through. The detector's mirrors shift just slightly, a distance smaller than the width of a proton, but it is enough. The signal is recorded, analyzed, and scientists realize they have heard it. The song of colliding black holes, a sound that originated 1 billion years ago in a part of the universe so distant that light from those black holes will never reach us. But the gravitational waves, they made it. They carried the message. They sang the story. You listen to this song now. It has been converted into sound waves, frequencies that human ears can hear. It starts low, a rumble, barely perceptible. Then it rises, faster, higher, like a chirp, a bird call, a whistle. And then, silence. The black holes have merged. The song is over, but the echo remains, rippling outward forever. This is the singing shadows, The way black holes, invisible and silent in conventional terms, make themselves known through the vibrations they create. They do not shine, but they sing. And their songs carry information. The mass of the black holes, their distance, the angle of their orbit, even the shape of the final merged black hole, all of it encoded in the pattern of the waves.
And when it is, the vibrations carry outward, touching everything, connecting everything in a web of space-time. You think of all the black hole collisions that have ever occurred, billions of them, throughout the history of the cosmos, each one sending out its song, each one adding to the symphony. And even now, at this very moment, somewhere in the universe, two black holes are spiraling together, about to merge, about to release their final note into the cosmic chorus. And we, here on Earth, are learning to listen. We have built instruments sensitive enough to hear these songs. We have trained our minds to interpret them. We are becoming part of the audience, witnesses to the deepest music in existence, the music of gravity, of space-time, of black holes singing their ancient, timeless melodies. You float here now in the space between the notes, feeling the residual vibrations of a collision that happened eons ago. The waves pass through you, gently, imperceptibly, but they are real. You are being touched, ever so softly, by the ripples from a pair of black holes that merged before the Earth was born, before the sun ignited, before our galaxy even existed. This is connection. This is continuity. The realization that the past is not gone. It is still here, still moving, still touching us, in the form of light from distant stars, in the form of gravitational waves from ancient collisions, in the form of atoms forged in supernovae. The universe remembers, and it sings those memories into the present. Breathe slowly now, and imagine the symphony. Every black hole collision, every neutron star merger, every cosmic event that has ever disturbed the fabric of space-time, contributing a note, a chord, a phrase, all of them overlapping, harmonizing, creating a sound so vast, so complex, that it encompasses the entire history of the universe. You cannot hear it all, no one can, but you can hear pieces, fragments, the songs that reach us. And in those fragments, you glimpse the whole. You understand that the universe is not a collection of isolated objects. It is a single, interconnected system. Every black hole affects every other. Every wave touches every particle. And everything, from the largest galaxy to the smallest atom, is part of the same cosmic orchestra. The singing shadows continue, even now, even as you drift here. Somewhere, far away, black holes are colliding, waves are spreading, songs are being sung. And someday, perhaps years from now, perhaps centuries, those waves will reach us, and we will listen, and we will understand a little more about the universe, about gravity, about the nature of existence itself. And in that understanding, there is peace, the peace of knowing that we are part of something larger, something that sings, something that connects, something that holds us all in the gentle, invisible embrace of space-time itself. From these songs, we drift now into the realm where time itself becomes strange, where seconds stretch into eternity,
where the mirror of time reflects truths we can barely comprehend. Time, we measure it in seconds, minutes, hours, days. We structure our lives around it. We chase it. We mourn its passing. But near a black hole, time becomes something else, something fluid, something that bends and stretches like the fabric of space-time around it. This is the mirror of time, and what it shows us is profound. Einstein taught us that time is not absolute. It is relative. It depends on how fast you are moving, on how deep you are in a gravitational well. Two observers experiencing different motions or different gravitational fields will experience time differently. Their clocks will tick at different rates. And near a black hole, this effect becomes extreme. Imagine yourself in a spacecraft. You are far from any massive objects. Your clock ticks steadily. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. Time feels normal. But now you begin to descend toward a black hole. As you approach, you notice something strange. Your clock still ticks at the same rate from your perspective, but when you look at a distant clock, far from the black hole, it appears to be ticking faster, much faster. This is time dilation. The deeper you sink into the gravitational well, the slower your time moves relative to someone far away. It is not an illusion. It is not a trick of perception. Your time genuinely slows down. If you could hover just outside the event horizon for 1 hour and then return to Earth, you might find that decades had passed, or centuries, or more. From your perspective, nothing unusual happens. You experience 1 hour. Your heart beats at its normal rate. Your thoughts proceed normally. But the rest of the universe speeds up around you. Stars age, planets orbit, civilizations rise and fall, all in what feels to you like a single afternoon. This is not science fiction. This is reality. Time and space are interwoven, and gravity, by curving space, inevitably curves time as well. The stronger the gravity, the more pronounced the effect. And black holes, with the strongest gravity in the universe, create the most extreme time dilation. You hover there now, just outside the event horizon. You look back toward Earth, but you cannot see it directly. Too much time has passed. The light from Earth, from the moment you left, has long since reached you. But the light from now, from the present moment on Earth, is still on its way, stretched out across the years by the curvature of space-time. Instead, you see a strange sight. The stars around you seem to move faster, orbiting, flickering. Galaxies rotate at visible speeds. The universe, from your perspective, is caught in fast forward. Everything is accelerating, except you. You are calm, still, held in the grip of the black hole's gravity, experiencing time at a slower pace.
And if you were to cross the event horizon, the effect would become even more extreme. From the perspective of the outside universe, you would appear to freeze. Your image would redshift, fade, linger at the horizon forever. But from your perspective, you would simply continue. Time would feel normal.
You would fall inward toward the singularity, and the universe outside would age into infinity. This is the mirror of time. It shows us that time is not a river flowing at a constant rate. It is more like a landscape, with hills and valleys, deep wells and flat plains, and depending on where you are, time flows at different speeds. Near a black hole, time pools, slows, becomes almost still, but far away it rushes on, unaffected. There is something deeply restful about this knowledge, the realization that time, which we often experience as relentless, is actually flexible, that there are places in the universe where it slows, where a single moment can stretch into something vast, where the frantic pace of existence pauses. You think of all the times you wished for more time, more hours in the day, more years in a life, and here, near a black hole, that wish is granted, not in the way you imagined, but genuinely. Time expands, stretches, becomes abundant. Of course, you would not perceive it. From your own frame of reference, time would feel normal. But relative to the rest of the universe, you would have all the time you could ever need. This is the paradox and the poetry. Time dilation does not give you more subjective experience. It does not slow your heartbeat or stretch your thoughts. It simply shifts your relationship to the rest of the universe. You become a traveler in time, moving at a different pace, experiencing the same duration, but aging more slowly relative to everything else. And at the event horizon itself, the effect reaches its limit. Time, from the perspective of a distant observer, stops completely, frozen, eternal. But from the perspective of someone crossing the horizon, time continues. They fall, they move, they exist, but they have passed beyond the reach of the outside universe. They have crossed into a realm where the future is no longer shared, where their timeline and the universe's timeline diverge permanently. This is not loss, this is transformation, a crossing from one state of existence to another. And there is a strange peace in that, the knowledge that even time, even that most fundamental aspect of experience, is not fixed. It is negotiable, changeable, subject to the curvature of space-time. You float here in the mirror of time, and you let yourself feel the strangeness of it, the way time bends around you, the way the universe outside moves at a different rhythm. And you realize this is what it means to be small, not insignificant, but small.
Part of something so vast, so complex, that even our experience of time itself is relative, local, a tiny thread in a cosmic tapestry. And yet, that thread is real. Your experience is real. Your time is real, even if it flows at a different rate than someone else's, even if it slows near a black hole or speeds up in the depths of space. It is yours, and it is precious. Breathe now, slowly, and feel the seconds pass, each one unique, each one part of your timeline, your thread, your journey through the landscape of time. You are not frozen, you are not rushing, you are simply
here, now, moving at the pace that gravity and motion allow. And that is enough. The mirror of time reflects this truth back to you, that time is not your enemy. It is not something to fear or fight. It is simply another dimension, another aspect of the universe. And like all aspects of the universe, it can be bent, curved, shaped by the presence of mass and energy, by black holes, by stars, by the curvature of space-time itself. And in that shaping, there is beauty. The beauty of knowing that the universe is more flexible than we imagined, more forgiving, more full of possibility. That even time, relentless and unstoppable as it seems, can be softened, stretched, made gentle. From this mirror, we drift now toward the hidden architects, the supermassive black holes that shape galaxies, that guide stars, that hold the cosmic dance in their invisible hands. Look up at the night sky. If you are far from city lights, you might see the soft glow of the Milky Way, a river of stars stretching across the darkness. Our galaxy, home to hundreds of billions of suns, countless planets, nebulae, clusters, all of it swirling in a vast spiral, held together by gravity. And at the center of it all, invisible, patient, rests a supermassive black hole. This is Sagittarius A star, 4 million times the mass of our Sun, compressed into a region smaller than Mercury's orbit. It does not shine, it does not announce itself, but it is there, and its gravity, its quiet, invisible pull, shapes the entire galaxy. This is the hidden architect, and it is not alone. Almost every large galaxy we have observed has a supermassive black hole at its center. Some are millions of times the mass of the Sun. Others are billions. They are the cosmic anchors, the unseen foundations upon which galaxies are built. And without them, the universe would look very different. Imagine a galaxy forming billions of years ago. A cloud of gas and dust begins to collapse. Stars ignite, gravity pulls matter inward, and at the center, the densest part, a black hole forms, not from a single star, but from the accumulation of mass, from countless stars and gas clouds falling inward over millions of years. It grows, slowly, patiently, and as it grows, its gravity strengthens. Stars begin to orbit it, not closely, but in wide arcs. Thousands of light years away, they feel the pull, the gentle tug, and their orbits adjust. They move faster than they would without the black hole, and the galaxy begins to take shape. A spiral, a disk, arms of stars and gas winding outward from the center, all of it guided by the gravity of the supermassive black hole. But the black hole does more than just anchor the galaxy. It regulates it. When gas falls toward the center, heating up, forming an accretion disk, the black hole can release enormous amounts of energy, not from inside the event horizon, but from the disk itself. Jets of particles and radiation shoot outward, perpendicular to the disk, traveling at nearly the speed of light. These jets plow into the surrounding gas, heating it, pushing it away, preventing it from collapsing too quickly into new stars. This is feedback. The black hole, by consuming matter, creates energy that regulates star formation throughout the galaxy. It is a thermostat, a balance. Too much star formation and the galaxy would burn out quickly, exhaust its gas, become a barren collection of old stars. But with the black hole's feedback, star formation is paced, controlled. The galaxy can live for billions of years, slowly evolving, slowly creating new generations of stars. You float now above the Milky Way, looking down at the spiral arms, the glowing clouds of nebulae, the dense clusters of stars, and at the center, a faint glow, not from the black hole itself, but from the hot gas swirling around it. Sagittarius A star is relatively quiet right now. It is not actively consuming large amounts of matter, but it is there, holding the galaxy together, guiding the orbits of billions of stars. You drift closer, toward the galactic center. The stars grow denser, more crowded. They whirl in tight orbits around the invisible giant. Some complete an orbit in just a few years. Others take decades, centuries. But all of them, every single one, is held by the gravity of the black hole. It is the conductor, and they are the orchestra, moving in time with its silent rhythm. And beyond our galaxy, the pattern repeats. Andromeda has a supermassive black hole at its center. So does the Triangulum galaxy, the Sombrero galaxy, M87. Every large galaxy we have studied reveals the same structure, a supermassive black hole at the heart, often surrounded by dense star clusters, often emitting jets of energy, always shaping the galaxy's evolution. M87 is particularly striking. Its black hole is one of the most massive ever detected, 6.5 billion times the mass of the Sun. And in 2019, humanity captured the first ever image of a black hole's shadow. The Event Horizon Telescope, a network of radio dishes spanning the globe, worked together to create a picture. And there it was, a dark circle, surrounded by a glowing ring of light. The accretion disk, bent and distorted by the black hole's gravity. That image, simple as it was, confirmed decades of theory. Black holes are real. Event horizons exist, and supermassive black holes truly do sit at the centers of galaxies. It was a moment of profound validation, a glimpse for the first time in human history of one of the universe's most extreme structures. You imagine that image now, the dark circle, the glowing ring, and you understand this is not just a picture of a black hole. It is a picture of an architect, a shaper of galaxies, a hidden giant that has guided the formation of stars, planets, and perhaps even life itself. Because without supermassive black holes, galaxies might not form the way they do. Star formation might be chaotic, unregulated, and the stable, long-lived structures we call home might never exist. This is the hidden role of black holes. They are not destroyers. They are organizers, stabilizers. They shape the cosmic landscape. They guide matter and energy into patterns that allow complexity to emerge. They are the invisible hands crafting the universe into something orderly, something beautiful. And as you float here, above the galactic center, you feel a deep gratitude, not directed at anything in particular, just a general sense of appreciation for the complexity, for the balance, for the fact that the universe, for all its vastness and strangeness, is structured in a way that allows stars to shine, planets to form, life to emerge, and consciousness, fragile and brief as it is, to look up at the night sky and wonder. Black holes are part of that wonder, part of the architecture, part of the reason we exist. And in understanding them, even a little, we come to understand ourselves, our place, our origins, the cosmic processes that shaped the matter we are made from, the stars that forged our atoms, the galaxies that provided the stage, and the black holes, hidden and patient, that held it all together. Breathe deeply now, and let this knowledge settle. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are part of it, woven into the same fabric that black holes curve and shape, made from the same elements that swirl in accretion disks, guided by the same forces that govern galaxies. And in that unity, there is peace. The hidden galaxies reveal themselves, not through light, but through gravity, through the motion of stars, through the subtle bending of space-time. And in their revelation, we see the deeper structure of the universe, the framework, the architecture, the quiet, invisible order that allows everything, including us, to exist. And beyond this order, beyond the architects and their galaxies, lies the horizon of possibility, the mysteries that still await, the questions that black holes raise but do not answer, the poetic unknowns that invite us to wonder and dream.
We have journeyed far, through the velvet silence, through the heart of darkness, through the slow fall of light and the singing shadows, through time itself, and now we arrive at the edge of knowledge, the horizon beyond, where science meets speculation, where equations give way to poetry, and where the mysteries of black holes open doors to even deeper mysteries. What lies beyond the event horizon? Not just beyond in the sense of inside the black hole, but beyond in the sense of elsewhere, other places, other times, other universes. This is the realm of wormholes, white holes, and the tantalizing possibility that black holes are not endings, but passages. A wormhole is a theoretical tunnel through space-time, a shortcut. One end might be a black hole, the other a white hole, a place where matter and energy emerge instead of disappearing, the two connected by a throat, a narrow passage through the fabric of reality itself. If such a thing exists, it would mean that what falls into a black hole might not be destroyed. It might simply travel, emerge somewhere else, somewhen else. Imagine it now. You cross the event horizon, you fall inward, but instead of reaching a singularity, a point of infinite density, you pass through something else, a bridge. The geometry of space-time curves in such a way that your trajectory, instead of ending, continues.
You emerge from a white hole, perhaps in another part of the universe, perhaps in another universe entirely. A place where the laws are the same or different, a place where stars shine in colors you have never seen, where galaxies spiral in unfamiliar patterns. This is speculation, beautiful speculation. There is no evidence that wormholes exist, and even if they do, the equations suggest they would be unstable, collapsing too quickly for anything to pass through. But still, the possibility lingers, a whisper in the mathematics, a hint that black holes, for all their finality, might be more permeable than we think. And then there are white holes, the time-reversed opposite of black holes. Instead of pulling everything in, they push everything out. Nothing can enter a white hole, only leave. They would glow, shine, emit matter and energy into the universe. But we have never observed one, and if they exist, they must be rare or short-lived or hidden in some way we do not yet understand. But the idea is tantalizing, the symmetry of it, black holes and white holes, inlets and outlets, a cosmic circulation, matter falling into one, emerging from another, a universe that recycles itself, not just through stars and supernovae, but through the very fabric of space-time. You float here now, in the realm of possibilities, not bound by observation, not limited by what we know, simply imagining. What if black holes are not ends, but beginnings? What if every black hole in our universe connects to a white hole in another? What if the singularity at the center is not a point, but a portal? These are the questions that keep physicists awake at night, the puzzles that drive exploration. Because black holes, for all we have learned about them, still guard secrets, the nature of the singularity, the fate of information that falls in, the relationship between quantum mechanics and general relativity. All of these questions converge at the event horizon, unanswered, unresolved. And perhaps that is how it should be. Perhaps the universe is meant to hold mysteries, to keep some truths beyond our reach, not out of cruelty, but out of invitation, to keep us curious, to keep us searching, to remind us that no matter how much we learn, there is always more, always deeper, always beyond. You think of all the black holes in the universe, millions of them, billions, each one a potential doorway, a potential mystery, and you wonder, what would it be like to cross the horizon, to fall inward, to discover if there is anything beyond, or if the singularity is truly the end, a place where space-time itself breaks down, where the equations fail, where reality as we understand it ceases to be. But even that, even the idea of an ending, carries a certain peace, because it means that black holes are places where the universe shows its limits, where the known gives way to the unknown. And in that transition, there is honesty. The universe does not pretend to be fully understood. It offers mysteries, and those mysteries are gifts. breathe slowly now, and let yourself rest in the unknown. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to solve every puzzle. You are simply here, a conscious observer, witnessing the vastness, feeling the pull of curiosity, and that is enough. The horizon beyond stretches out before you, not as a barrier, but as an invitation to keep wondering, to keep exploring, to keep looking up at the night sky and asking, what else? What more? What mysteries still await in the quiet darkness between the stars? And perhaps one day we will find answers. We will develop new theories, new instruments, new ways of probing the edges of black holes, new ways of testing whether wormholes exist, whether white holes are real, whether the singularity can be understood. But until then, we have the questions, and the questions are just as valuable as the answers, because they keep us moving, keep us curious, keep us human. From this horizon, we turn now inward, toward the quiet memory of light, toward the realization that black holes, for all their mystery, remember everything, in their own strange way. Nothing is truly lost. This is one of the deepest principles in physics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Information, the arrangement of particles, the state of systems, persists, even when something burns.
Even when it dissolves. Even when it falls into a black hole. Or so we thought. But black holes presented a problem, a paradox. If you drop a book into a black hole, what happens to the information contained in that book? The words, the ink patterns, the molecular structure. According to classical physics, it crosses the event horizon and is gone, irretrievable, lost forever. And that violates the principle. Information should not be destroyed. This is the black hole information paradox, and it puzzled physicists for decades, until Stephen Hawking, in the 1970s, made a discovery that changed everything. Black holes, he realized, are not completely black. They emit radiation, faint, thermal, a glow so dim that it would take longer than the age of the universe to detect from most black holes, but present, real. This is Hawking radiation. Imagine it now, the event horizon, the edge of the black hole, and just outside, in the quantum foam of space-time itself, pairs of virtual particles spontaneously form, a particle and an antiparticle. Normally, they annihilate each other almost instantly. But near the event horizon, something different happens. One particle falls into the black hole, the other escapes. And that escaped particle becomes real. It carries energy away from the black hole. Slowly, over eons, the black hole evaporates. This was revolutionary. Black holes are not eternal. They are temporary. They radiate, they shrink, and eventually, after an unimaginably long time, they disappear completely. But the paradox remained. If the black hole evaporates, what happens to the information that fell in?
Hawking initially thought the information was lost, but that created contradictions. Other physicists argued that information must be preserved, encoded somehow in the Hawking radiation, or stored in the structure of the event horizon, or entangled with the black hole's interior in some quantum way we do not yet understand. The debate continues, but the leading view now is that information is not destroyed. It is scrambled, encoded in subtle correlations in the radiation. Like burning a book, the information is not gone. It is just extremely difficult to reconstruct, transformed into heat and ash, but technically still there. This is the quiet memory of light. The idea that black holes, for all their opacity, remember. Not in the way we remember, not consciously, but physically, through the radiation they emit, through the curvature they create, through the entanglement of quantum states. Everything that ever fell in is still there, in some form, some configuration, waiting, in theory, to be decoded. You float here now, near a black hole, imagining the radiation so faint you could never see it, but present, photons escaping one at a time, carrying energy, carrying information, each one a tiny piece of the black hole's history, a memory of what fell in, of the stars that collapsed, of the gas that spiraled inward, of the light that bent and crossed the horizon.
And you realize this is not so different from memory itself. Our own memories are not perfect recordings. They are reconstructions, encoded in the patterns of neurons, altered every time we recall them, scattered across the structure of the brain. But still, they are there, traces of the past, fragments of experience. Black holes are the same. They hold traces, fragments, memories encoded in radiation and geometry. And though we cannot yet read those memories, cannot yet decode the information, the fact that it persists is comforting. It means the universe honors its own history. Nothing is truly erased. Everything leaves a mark. Think of all the things that have fallen into black holes: stars, planets, dust, light. Each one adding to the black hole's mass, each one contributing to its memory, and each one, according to Hawking, eventually released, transformed into radiation, returned to the universe, not in the same form, but present nonetheless. This is the cycle. Matter falls in, information is scrambled, radiation emerges, the black hole shrinks, and over trillions upon trillions of years, the black hole evaporates completely, leaving behind only the radiation, the memory, the information spread across space in a faint thermal glow. By that time, the universe will be unimaginably different. Stars will have burned out, galaxies will have dispersed, the cosmos will be cold, dark, approaching heat death, and the last black holes will be the last sources of energy, the last warm spots in an otherwise frozen universe. They will evaporate slowly, patiently, releasing their final photons into the void, and then they too will be gone. But the information will remain, diluted, diffused, spread across the universe in the form of radiation, a faint echo of everything that ever was, a quiet memory of all the light that once shone, all the stars that once blazed, all the black holes that once curved space-time into wells of gravity. Breathe now, deeply, and feel the weight of this, not as sadness, but as continuity, the knowledge that nothing is lost, that every atom, every photon, every piece of information persists, even when transformed beyond recognition, even when scattered across billions of light years, even when encoded in ways we cannot yet read. You are part of this continuity. The atoms in your body were once part of stars. They have been recycled, reused, transformed countless times. And when your body returns to the earth, those atoms will continue. They will become part of soil, of plants, of air, of other beings. Nothing is lost, only changed. And the same is true of black holes. They are not voids, they are archives, holding the memory of everything they have touched. And though that memory is hidden, encrypted, it is there, waiting, quiet, patient, a testament to the universe's refusal to forget. Stephen Hawking spent much of his life thinking about this, about black holes, about information, about the nature of reality.
And though he did not solve every puzzle, though the information paradox remains partially unresolved, he gave us something profound. The realization that black holes are not separate from the rest of physics. They are part of it, governed by the same laws, subject to the same principles, and just as mysterious and just as beautiful as anything else in the cosmos. You imagine Hawking now, his mind exploring these ideas, his equations probing the edges of knowledge, his curiosity unstoppable, undimmed by the limits of his body. And you feel a kinship, because curiosity is universal. It is the engine of discovery, the light that guides us through the darkness. And black holes, more than anything, inspire curiosity. They are questions made physical, mysteries made manifest. And as you float here, in the quiet memory of light, you understand that the journey is not about finding all the answers. It is about asking the questions, about looking at the universe with wonder, about accepting that some things will always be beyond our grasp, and finding peace in that. Because the unknown is not frightening, it is beautiful. From this memory, we drift now toward the final chapter. The universe falls asleep. The stars dim, and we, carried gently by the cosmic current, prepare to rest. The journey is nearly over. We have traveled through silence and shadow, through light and time, through singing waves and hidden galaxies, through memory and mystery. And now we arrive at the gentlest truth of all. The universe, vast and eternal as it seems, is also restful. It knows how to pause, how to soften, how to sleep. Look around you now. The stars, so bright at the beginning of our journey, have dimmed, not because they have died,
but because you have drifted into a quieter part of the cosmos, a place between galaxies, where the darkness is deeper, where the light is faint and far away, and where the only sound, if there were sound, would be the soft hum of space-time itself, breathing slowly. The black holes we have visited rest here too, invisible, patient, holding their places in the cosmic web. They do not strive, they do not hunger, they simply exist, anchors in the dark, quiet giants that have seen the birth and death of stars, that have felt the passage of billions of years, and that will continue, long after we are gone, to shape the universe with their gentle gravity. You feel no fear now, no urgency, only a deep, abiding calm. Because you understand, black holes are not monsters, they are guardians. They hold the balance. They remember the past. They shape the future. And they do so without noise, without drama, with nothing but the patient curvature of space-time. Imagine the universe now as a vast ocean. The stars are like waves on its surface, rising and falling, glowing and fading.
And the black holes are the deep places beneath, where the water is still, where the pressure is immense, but where there is also peace, the peace of depth, of stillness, of knowing that you are held by something larger than yourself. You have been floating through this ocean for hours now, or perhaps it has been minutes. Time is strange here. It does not press, it does not rush, it simply flows, like a gentle current, carrying you, supporting you. And as you drift, you feel your own thoughts beginning to slow, to soften, to dissolve into the vastness around you. This is the universe falling asleep, not in the literal sense. The stars will continue to shine, the galaxies will continue to turn, but in the metaphorical sense, the universe, through its cycles, finds moments of rest, moments when energy diffuses, when motion slows, when everything, for a brief cosmic instant, pauses. And you are part of that pause. You are resting, here, in the space between stars, held by gravity, surrounded by darkness, but not alone, never alone. Because the universe, in its infinite gentleness, holds all of us, every particle, every photon, every fleeting moment of consciousness. We are woven into the fabric, and the fabric does not let go. Breathe now, so slowly. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the air moving in and out, and imagine that each breath is synchronized with the breathing of the cosmos, the expansion and contraction, the birth and death of stars, the slow evaporation of black holes, all of it part of the same rhythm, the same cycle, the same eternal dance. Your eyes are heavy now. The stars, those distant lanterns, blur and soften. Their light reaches you still, but it is gentle, soothing, like the glow of embers in a dying fire. There is no urgency to stay awake, no need to keep watching. The universe will continue without you. And when you wake, if you wake, it will still be here, patient, eternal, waiting. Think of the black holes one last time, those quiet giants, those architects of galaxies, those singers of gravitational songs. They are resting too, in their own way. They do not sleep as we do, but they exist in a state of profound stillness, a state where time itself slows, where motion ceases to have meaning, where everything simply is. And in that state, there is no suffering, no struggle, no fear, only existence, pure and simple. And perhaps that is what sleep is, a return to that state, a brief escape from the complexity of waking life, a chance to simply be, without thought, without worry, without the weight of consciousness. The universe invites you now to let go, to stop trying, to allow yourself to drift into that stillness. The black holes will hold their places, the stars will continue their dance, and you can rest deeply, completely.
Held by the same forces that hold galaxies, cradled by the same space-time that black holes curve into wells of gravity, there is nothing more to do, nowhere more to go. You have journeyed to the edge of the cosmos. You have seen the deepest mysteries. You have understood, as much as any being can, the nature of black holes. And now, the journey is complete. The circle closes, and sleep, sweet, inevitable sleep, waits with open arms. Let your thoughts drift away now, like photons escaping a black hole, slowly, gently, one by one. Worries, plans, memories, all of them floating off into the dark. And what remains is you, quiet, still, weightless. The universe exhales, a long, slow breath, and you exhale with it, releasing everything, surrendering to the vastness, to the peace, to the knowledge that you are safe, held, part of something so much larger that your individual fears and struggles dissolve like mist in sunlight. And as the final stars fade from view, as the darkness becomes complete, you feel it, the soft embrace of sleep, the gentle pull into dreams, or perhaps into dreamlessness, into the same infinite stillness that black holes embody, a place beyond time, beyond space, beyond thought. The universe falls asleep, and you fall with it, drifting, resting, held in the velvet silence, in the heart of darkness, in the quiet memory of light. And in that sleep there is no end, only continuation, only the eternal cycle, only the soft, rhythmic breathing of the cosmos. Rest now, deeply, completely. The black holes hum their ancient lullaby, the stars dim to embers, and the universe, vast and gentle,
wraps itself around you like a blanket made of space-time itself. And you sleep, and you dream, and you are at peace.